Our world is full of mysteries. Some are ancient, whispered through generations. Others are more recent, bursting onto the scene and capturing our collective imagination. The story of Pan American World Airways Flight 914 is one such tale. It's a story that blends the ordinary with the extraordinary, leaving us to question what's truly possible. Imagine boarding a plane, a routine flight. Now imagine that plane vanishing without a trace, only to reappear decades later as if frozen in time. That's the heart of the Flight 914 legend. This isn't just a story about a lost plane, it's a story about time, perception, and the enduring power of mystery. It's a story that has captivated people for decades, sparking debate and igniting imaginations. Today, we'll embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind the legend. We'll separate fact from fiction, exploring the historical context, analyzing the evidence, and confronting the controversies. Our journey will take us from the bustling airports of the 1950s to the digital age, where information spreads like wildfire. Along the way, we'll hear from experts, skeptics, and those who believe. Join me as we delve into the heart of this enduring enigma, seeking answers in the space between myth, legend, and reality. The allure of the unknown has always captivated humankind. From ancient myths to modern-day mysteries, we are drawn to stories that challenge our understanding of the world. The legend of Flight 914 taps into this primal fascination. It whispers of a reality where time itself bends to the inexplicable, where the impossible seems tantalizingly within reach. The story, as it's often told, is both simple and unbelievable. A routine flight, a sudden disappearance, and then decades later, an impossible return. It's a story that speaks to our deepest fears and desires, our longing for answers and our fascination with the unexplained. As we embark on this exploration, it's important to remember that the truth is often elusive. We'll encounter conflicting accounts, tantalizing clues, and dead ends, but it's through this process of investigation that we can begin to unravel the threads of this captivating tale. Our goal is not to simply debunk or confirm the legend of Flight 914, it's to understand how such a story could take root in our collective consciousness, how it has endured for decades, and what it reveals about our relationship with the unknown. The journey promises to be as intriguing as the destination, so fasten your seatbelts, keep an open mind, and prepare to explore the enigmatic tale of Flight 914. The year is 1955. The world is in post-war recovery, yet optimism hangs in the air. Rock and roll is rising, Elvis Presley is a star, and the jet age is dawning. Pan American World Airways prepares for a routine flight. Flight 914, a Douglas DC-4, is set to fly from New York to Miami. Passengers settle in, unaware they are part of a mystery for the ages. The engines roar, and Flight 914 ascends into the sky. This ordinary flight will soon become anything but. The initial leg of the journey is uneventful. The drone of the engines provides a steady rhythm. Passengers lose themselves in magazines, conversations, or the anticipation of their arrival in sunny Miami. The flight crew, in constant contact with air traffic control, relays routine updates, their voices calm and reassuring amidst the static of the airwaves. Then silence. Flight 914, a blip on radar screens, vanishes. Air traffic controllers, initially unconcerned, soon realize this is no mere technical glitch. Minutes turn to hours, hours into days, and the chilling realization sets in. Flight 914, carrying all those souls aboard, has disappeared without a trace. Search parties are dispatched, combing vast stretches of ocean and coastline. The families of the passengers cling to hope, praying for a miracle, dreading the news that seems inevitable. Yet the mystery deepens. No wreckage is found, no distress signals received, no debris to offer a clue. The disappearance of Flight 914 becomes a cold case, a mystery that baffles investigators and haunts the annals of aviation history. Theories abound, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Some speculate mechanical failure, others human error. Whispers of rogue waves, sudden storms, even alien abductions circulate, each theory as plausible as the next, yet none able to definitively solve the enigma of the vanished flight.
Years turn into decades. The world moves on, New events capture headlines, new technologies emerge, and the memory of Flight 914 fades into obscurity, kept alive only in the hushed whispers of those who remember. A cautionary tale whispered among pilots and air traffic controllers. But legends have a way of resurfacing, often in the most unexpected ways. In the 1980s, whispers of Flight 914 begin to circulate again, fueled by a growing fascination with unexplained phenomena and the rise of tabloid journalism eager to capitalize on the public's thirst for the bizarre. The story, now embellished with time, takes on a life of its own. The missing plane, they say, didn't simply crash. It entered a time warp, a rip in the fabric of reality. The passengers, frozen in time, unaware of the years that had passed, were destined to reappear just as mysteriously as they had vanished. The story, now a potent cocktail of fact and fiction, captures the public's imagination. The mystery of Flight 914, once a footnote in aviation history, is poised to make a stunning comeback, one that will challenge the very notion of time and reality.
Fast forward to 1992. The world is a different place. The Cold War is over, the internet is beginning to connect the globe, and grunge music dominates the airwaves. At Simon Bolivar International Airport in Caracas, Venezuela, air traffic controllers are going about their daily routine, their screens filled with the blips of modern aircraft, a testament to how far aviation has come. Then the unthinkable happens. An unidentified aircraft appears on their radar, its antiquated silhouette a stark contrast to the sleek jets that grace the skies. As it gets closer, bewilderment turns to disbelief. It's a Douglas DC-4, a relic of a bygone era, its markings faded but unmistakable. Pan American World Airways Flight 914. The controllers scramble, their training offering no protocol for such an impossible scenario. Is it a prank? A mistake? Or could the whispers, the legends, the seemingly impossible tales be true? As Flight 914 makes its final approach, the world holds its breath on the verge of confronting a mystery that seems to defy the very laws of time and physics. The legend of Flight 914 is about to take a dramatic turn, one that will leave the world questioning everything it thought it knew about reality. The antiquated Douglas DC-4, its propellers churning the air, descended towards the runway at Simon Bolivar International Airport. Its appearance sent a ripple of confusion through the control tower. Amidst the sleek jets, a ghost from aviation's past had materialized. The control tower fell silent as the plane touched down. Airport personnel watched with curiosity as the plane taxied. The faded Pan Am logo seemed like an apparition from a history book. The vintage aircraft stood in stark contrast to the modern terminal, the crew, and their story. The aircraft door opened and a set of stairs was wheeled towards the plane. An expectant hush fell over the tarmac. Dressed in the attire of a bygone era, they seemed bewildered by their surroundings. Confusion clouded their faces as they took in the modern airport. Murmurs of disbelief rippled through the gathering crowd. The crew, their faces etched with bewilderment, emerged from the cockpit. Section 3, the calendar doesn't lie. Evidence of a temporal anomaly. As authorities tried to make sense of the impossible, details emerged that further deepened the mystery. Newspapers discarded by the passengers bore dates from 1955. Cigarettes found in their pockets were of brands that had long been discontinued. Their wallets contained currency that had long since been taken out of circulation. The evidence, while circumstantial, pointed towards a single unsettling conclusion. These people were who they claimed to be, travelers from a time long past. The passengers' belongings became artifacts, scrutinized by experts and authorities alike. The wear and tear on their clothes, the faded ink on their documents, the very scent of the past that clung to them, all hinted at a journey through time, a concept that defied scientific explanation, yet seemed undeniable in the face of the evidence. The passengers themselves, subjected to medical examinations, showed no signs of aging beyond what was expected for a few hours of air travel. Their confusion, their disorientation, their utter disbelief at the world around them all rang true. The mystery of Flight 914 was no longer just a story. It was a living, breathing enigma, demanding answers that science seemed ill-equipped to provide.
Section 4. Official silence. A conspiracy of denial? The story of Flight 914 sent shockwaves around the world. News outlets clamored for information, eager to report on the impossible. Yet as quickly as the story had emerged, a veil of silence descended. Official statements were vague, dismissing the incident as a hoax or a case of mistaken identity. The passengers, whisked away to an undisclosed location, were never heard from again. The plane, shrouded in secrecy, disappeared once more, its fate as uncertain as its journey. Many believed that the truth was being suppressed, that governments and aviation authorities were colluding to hide the reality of Flight 914. What had begun as a mystery had morphed into a conspiracy, fueled by a lack of transparency and a fear of the unknown. The silence from those in power only served to amplify the whispers, to solidify the legend of Flight 914 in the public imagination. Had Flight 914 truly slipped through a crack in time? Or was it an elaborate hoax, a carefully orchestrated deception? The lack of clear answers only fueled speculation. The official silence, rather than debunking the story, gave it new life, transforming it from a news item into an enduring mystery, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown.
The human mind, wired for pattern recognition, often struggles to reconcile with the truly inexplicable. We seek explanations, connections, narratives that can make sense of the world around us. The legend of Flight 914, with its tantalizing blend of fact and fiction, preys on this very human need for understanding. The story at its core asks us to accept the possibility of time travel, a concept that has enthralled us for centuries, yet remains firmly in the realm of science fiction. Could a plane filled with unsuspecting passengers really slip through a temporal anomaly only to re-emerge decades later as if untouched by the passage of time? The very notion challenges our understanding of physics, of causality, of the very fabric of reality. Yet the human capacity for belief is a powerful force, often compelling us to embrace narratives that defy logic and reason. The allure of the Flight 914 legend lies in this tension between the impossible and the believable. It invites us to suspend our disbelief, to entertain the possibility that the universe holds secrets beyond our current comprehension. But as we delve deeper into this enigma, we must also confront the need for critical thinking, for a discerning eye that can separate genuine mystery from fabricated narratives.
The legend of Flight 914 hinges on anecdotal accounts and sensationalized media reports. Yet when we peel back the layers, we find a glaring absence of concrete evidence. No official records corroborate the plane's reappearance in 1992. The passengers and crew vanished from the public eye as quickly as they had appeared. Without their testimonies or tangible artifacts, the legend of Flight 914 rests on a foundation of shifting sand.
The human mind is wired to seek patterns and find meaning in random events. The legend of Flight 914 taps into this vulnerability. The power of suggestion plays a significant role in shaping our beliefs. In the age of the internet, information spreads rapidly, often blurring the lines between fact and fiction. The story has been amplified through countless retellings, solidifying its place in our collective consciousness.
A healthy dose of skepticism is essential when navigating extraordinary claims. Aviation experts have debunked the story, pointing out numerous inconsistencies. The Douglas DC-4 had a limited fuel capacity, making a transatlantic flight without refueling impossible. Air traffic control systems were sophisticated enough to track aircraft accurately. The legend of Flight 914 crumbles under the weight of its own improbability.
Every legend has a starting point. For Flight 914, that seed was planted in the ink-stained pages of tabloid journalism. Our journey takes us back to the 1980s, a decade where urban legends flourished. The legend first gained widespread attention through weekly world news. It was within this ecosystem of the extraordinary that the tale of Flight 914 found fertile ground. Weekly world news was a source of amusement rather than reliable information. The publication's stories often veered into the realm of the absurd. It was within this context that the tale of Flight 914 first took hold. The story was presented as a baffling event that defied explanation. The tabloid's writers presented Flight 914 as a temporal anomaly, resonating with readers eager to believe in the impossible. The legend of Flight 914 found new life in the digital landscape. The internet became a breeding ground for urban legends and conspiracy theories. Websites dedicated to the paranormal and forums buzzing with speculation ensured the legend reached a global audience. Doctored images and amateur videos further fueled the flames of speculation. The story, stripped of its tabloid origins, was often presented as a genuine mystery.
The enduring appeal of the Flight 914 legend speaks to our fascination with the unknown. Stories like Flight 914 offer us a glimpse into a world where the impossible becomes possible. They tap into our sense of wonder and desire to believe in more than meets the eye. The legend's persistence reminds us that we are storytelling creatures. These stories challenge our perceptions and ignite our imaginations.
The legend of Flight 914 finds a curious counterpart in the Philadelphia experiment. This tale claims that the US Navy rendered the USS Eldridge invisible to radar using a technology based on Einstein's unified field theory. The experiment allegedly went horribly wrong, resulting in the ship's teleportation and horrific side effects for the crew. The official stance of the US Navy denies the experiment ever took place. The legend persists, fueled by eyewitness accounts and whispers of classified documents. The Philadelphia experiment thrives in the shadows of official denial. The lack of concrete evidence fuels speculation and conspiracy theories. Books, documentaries, and a Hollywood film have explored the alleged experiment. The story taps into our primal fears of the unknown and the potential consequences of tampering with forces we do not fully understand. The alleged involvement of Einstein adds a layer of credibility to the tale. The legends of Flight 914 and the Philadelphia experiment share a common narrative thread. Both involve accounts of witnesses observing the impossible and objects vanishing and reappearing. The alleged events are shrouded in secrecy, with official denials fueling speculation of government cover-ups. Proponents argue that the truth is being suppressed due to its unsettling implications. This sense of a hidden truth resonates with a deep-seated distrust of authority. The enduring appeal of legends like Flight 914 speaks to our desire to make sense of the world. These narratives take root in our collective imagination, growing and evolving over time. They offer a glimpse into a world where the impossible seems within reach. The power of these legends lies in their ability to resonate with our deepest fears and desires. They remind us that the world is a place of mystery, where not all questions have answers.
The vastness of the sky and the inherent dangers of air travel foster a sense of awe and wonder. Aviation represents a triumph of human ingenuity, yet it also exposes our vulnerability. Stories of vanished planes and unexplained disappearances tap into our deepest fears. The legend of Flight 914 exemplifies this enduring fascination. It offers a glimpse into a world where the impossible seems within reach.
In the digital age, it's crucial to approach extraordinary claims with skepticism. The legend of Flight 914 crumbles under the weight of its own improbability. The lack of concrete evidence and the story's origins in tabloid journalism erode its credibility. This is not to say that we should dismiss all mysteries as fabrications. Through critical thinking, we can begin to separate fact from fiction and truth from fabrication.
While it's essential to approach extraordinary claims with a discerning eye, it's equally important to acknowledge the human need for mystery, for stories that challenge our perceptions and ignite our imaginations. Legends like that of Flight 914, even if ultimately debunked, serve a valuable purpose. They remind us that the world is a place of wonder, full of unexplained phenomena and unanswered questions. The human spirit is wired for exploration, for seeking answers, for pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we believe to be possible. Mysteries, whether real or fabricated, serve as a catalyst for this exploration, prompting us to question, to research, to delve deeper into the unknown. The enduring appeal of Flight 914 and other aviation mysteries lies not necessarily in their veracity, but in their ability to tap into this primal need for mystery, for stories that remind us that the world is a vast and wondrous place, full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. While the search for truth and the pursuit of knowledge are essential, so too is the embrace of the unknown. The acknowledgement that some mysteries may never be fully solved, and that in the spaces between what we know and what we don't, our imaginations are free to soar.